For centuries, the pyramids of Giza have been described as marvels of human ambition, monuments that defy time and imagination, but despite countless theories and volumes of research, one central question has never been answered with certainty. Who really built them? Were they truly the work of the ancient Egyptians, or the inheritance of an even older and more advanced civilization? In 2025, this question shifted from speculation to something far more tangible when artificial intelligence scanning revealed structures buried deep beneath the plateau, structures that seem to tell a story archaeology has avoided for generations. Machines see what humans cannot. When the University of Pisa launched its AI-driven radar project in early 2025, the team expected to refine existing maps of the Giza Plateau, not rewrite human history. The system deployed was unlike traditional ground-penetrating radar that barely scratches the surface. It was a synthetic aperture radar system capable of sending pulses into the Earth, then processing the echoes with advanced neural networks trained to distinguish natural geology from artificial architecture. The machine learning algorithms were modeled on thousands of archaeological sites worldwide, which meant they could identify deliberate geometry invisible to the human eye. When the radar swept beneath the Khafra pyramid, it did not return random noise or shallow voids. It returned an image of symmetry. The scan revealed 5 identical multi-level structures linked by straight corridors, with 8 vertical wells spiraling down over 2,000 feet beneath the sands. 2 cube-like chambers, each the size of a modern office tower, appeared at the lowest levels. To dismiss this as a geological anomaly strained logic. Rocks do not create perfect cubes aligned to cardinal directions, nor do they produce spiral staircases etched in geometric precision. The AI presented its findings without bias or agenda. What it saw beneath the pyramids resembled a vast subterranean city. Yet within hours of publishing their preliminary results, the Pisa team faced immediate backlash. Prominent Egyptologists dismissed the scans as errors or overinterpretations. Zahi Hawass, longtime guardian of the Egyptian narrative, publicly declared the findings unscientific. But his dismissal only fueled debate. If the AI had simply detected random features, why did multiple satellite constellations, including Italy's Cosmo-SkyMed and America's Capella Space, confirm the same patterns? The machines did not collaborate or fabricate data. They observed, processed, and revealed what lay hidden. The discovery set off a chain reaction. If vast structures existed beneath Giza, then the pyramids were not isolated tombs but part of a much larger engineered complex. This immediately raised a question that mainstream authorities were not prepared to answer. If not the dynastic Egyptians, then who possessed the knowledge to create such a network thousands of years ago? Could the answer lie in discoveries made not by Italians but by Japanese scientists years earlier, who stumbled on their own impossible structure at Giza? The Japanese Gateway. Between 2021 and 2023, researchers from Tohoku University in Japan had quietly carried out one of the most thorough ground surveys of the Giza Plateau. Led by geophysicist Motoyuki Soto, the team focused on a flat patch of desert west of the Great Pyramid, an area dismissed as unremarkable. Using ground-penetrating radar, they uncovered something that changed their assumptions entirely. Just beneath the surface lay an L-shaped structure measuring 33 by 49 feet. Its sharp angles ruled out natural geology. What truly intrigued the team was what lay beneath this entrance feature. At depths between 16 and 33 feet, they detected a larger chamber measuring 33 by 33 feet. Electrical resistivity measurements suggested voids deliberately filled or concealed. The geometry resembled a portal, a gateway leading downward. Published in the peer-reviewed journal Archaeological Prospect Ion, the findings were not fringe speculation. Independent experts confirmed the artificial nature of the anomalies. The L-shape matched descriptions in Egyptian texts of offering chapels, but its placement underground was unprecedented. When excavation permits were granted, the Japanese team physically uncovered the structure, validating the scans. Stones cut with precision formed a deliberate entry system. Below, cavities matched the radar's prediction. What purpose did this buried gateway serve? Traditional explanations of tombs did not fit. Instead, scholars began whispering about initiation chambers, concealed entrances, and connections to deeper networks long theorized but never proven. This discovery suddenly gave weight to the Italian claims. If a Japanese team had already proven the existence of hidden structures at shallow depths, why was it so hard to accept that larger and deeper structures might also exist? Archaeology thrives on physical evidence, and the Japanese excavation provided exactly that. The coincidence was too great to ignore. But what if these modern revelations were not new at all, merely rediscoveries of knowledge preserved in texts that mainstream scholars dismissed for centuries? Echoes of the ancient records. Among Egypt's many enigmatic inscriptions, one has always stood apart: the inventory stela. Dating from the late period, over 2,000 years after Khufu's reign, it describes the pharaoh not as a builder but as a restorer. According to the text, Khufu encountered the Sphinx and surrounding temples as already ancient, undertaking repairs rather than original construction. For mainstream Egyptology, this is dismissed as myth or propaganda, yet alternative researchers have long pointed to it as evidence that Giza predates dynastic Egypt. The new AI scans breathed life into such contested sources. If vast underground complexes existed beneath the pyramids, then the stela's account might reflect a memory of lost civilizations, passed down through priestly traditions until later dynasties reasserted their ownership. Similar references appear in the writings of Herodotus and in Arab chronicles describing hidden chambers and halls of records. For decades these accounts were brushed aside. But the combination of Italian radar, Japanese excavation, and textual memory painted a picture too coherent to ignore. Graham Hancock, long derided for his claims about lost civilizations, suddenly appeared vindicated. For over 30 years he argued that the pyramids were not tombs but remnants of an advanced culture erased by cataclysm. His theories about pre-flood civilizations and sophisticated knowledge once sounded fringe. Yet the AI scans showing spiraling wells, cube-shaped chambers, and kilometer-deep tunnels aligned eerily with his proposals. Critics who once mocked him now found themselves scrambling for explanations. Could it be that ancient texts and so-called pseudo-historians were closer to the truth than the polished narratives of academia? If so, then the pyramids were more than royal monuments. They were the surface markers of an ancient knowledge vault, a message in stone left by builders whose identity we still struggle to grasp. If the pyramids conceal lost knowledge, what evidence exists that such advanced civilizations ever walked the earth? The answer may lie thousands of miles away in sites that defy explanation just as boldly as Giza.